My name is Brian Seabrook, and I'm here to talk to you about why open book tests should be used in favor of closed book tests in colleges. If you're taking a final exam that was closed book and felt completely overwhelmed, or maybe thought to yourself that if this was a real job, would they actually expect me not to use my resources? Maybe you've even thought that after all the cramming I did to remember everything for this test, am I even going to remember it afterwards? Can't remember everything, nor should you even try. You wouldn't want your mechanic to remember everything that was in the manual. You'd rather him just use the manual. The same would go for an engineer using a schematic as opposed to working off memory. Basically what an open book exam is, it's one that allows you to use your resources and is geared towards open-ended questions and having you apply the knowledge you've learned instead of simply reciting definitions or something like that that happens in a closed book exam. Open book tests can reduce the student's anxiety. They've been shown to give students an improved ability to use resources, and they'll also give students a very marketable attribute when they go into the workforce. Closed book tests instead are focused mainly on memorization, which studies have shown doesn't actually improve retained knowledge. My information comes from the Air Force Academy, CorDev Laboratories, the Chronicle of Higher Education, and Dominican University of California. Let's examine the first reason why open book tests should be used. Open book tests reduce anxiety in students. No one performs as well when they're anxious, especially in a situation where you're testing a student to figure out how much that they've learned from the course. You don't want them to perform worse than usual simply because they're anxious. Dominican University did a study that showed that open book exams don't reduce the amount that a student learns, but do significantly reduce the amount of anxiety a student feels going into an exam. Open book tests reduce anxiety, but they also increase a student's resourcefulness. The Air Force Academy's Office of Management has concluded that most professionals don't use memory to perform their job duties, but instead use resources. So for example, a professional might use a tablet, or they might use an old college textbook to look up information that they need for a job project, but typically they wouldn't just do it off of their memory alone. If you think about it, a lawyer wouldn't just memorize every case law that he could think of. He would have those available to him as he needed them. From figuring out how to find information and use it, people improve their analytical and problem-solving skills. And that's kind of what open book tests focus on. They focus on how you got to the answer that you've got and how it applies to something in the real world, instead of simply memorizing something that might not be as beneficial. Now, analytical skills are also a very marketable attribute in the workforce. Problem-solving analytical skills are amongst the most highly sought-after attributes in college students seeking entry-level jobs. This is most likely because memorization only helps if you have something to memorize. So for example, a doctor can't memorize every medical book that exists. So when you go see a doctor, he should look at you on a case-by-case basis and use his analytical skill to make his diagnosis and figure out where he should go from there. Can't simply memorize what the book told him to do. Using resources also allows workers to take more initiative in the corporate workplace than they would be able to if they didn't know where to find information and how to analyze it to begin with. So let's summarize what the benefits of open book tests are. The open book format is how college students should take exams. It gives them a better ability to find information that's out there, to take the information they've found and analyze it in such a way that allows them to apply it to something practical, which is exactly what's expected of you in the workforce after you're done with college. A great memory will take you somewhere. Great analytical skills and great resourcefulness will take you a lot further. If you'd like to see for yourself how analytical skills are used and how they can improve your thought processes and help you just overall in many ways between college and the workforce, I would encourage you to try a logic puzzle. A logic puzzle looks basically like this, and they're available at logicpuzzles.org for free. And what they're based on is giving you a few clues and having you use lateral thinking and deductive reasoning to come to answers. The point of a logic puzzle is that memory will not help you with this. It shows you firsthand why problem solving is so important and how practice, mainly through open book examinations, is how you gain this skill. So I would encourage you to try them, and I thank you for your time.